All right, welcome to Swim Mind Sports Show. Special edition tonight. We've got Karen Guregian with us of Masslive, formerly of the Boston Herald. Our go-to source. Everyone's should be go-to source for all things Patriots among things. So let's not keep her waiting. But as we always do, we do some opening takes. All right. So Bobby, why don't you kick us off, seeing as you're so worried about it? What's your opening take?
Certainly. As the Patriots inch closer to my plan of having an NFL player at every position, we have still just left out that one so critical position. They obviously hate tackles. I don't know what it is about them. They obviously have something against that position, but they are so very close to being able to get to the draft and simply draft the best player without having to just take a position of need. Hopefully in the next month they can figure that out, but let's not hold our breath.
It feels like a voluntary position, left tackle. Who needs it?
Yeah, who needs it?
Raymond, your opening take.
Thank you there, Richard. Will the Patriots be able to solidify their offense via the draft? That's what it's looking like as we get further away from the record-breaking start to free agency, where the defensive holes got plugged, leaving the offense pretty much still reeling from what was left behind from Gerard Mayo and Elliott Wolf.
Patriots heavy there from you two honks. Not unusual. I'll switch it up just quickly. Red Sox season, baseball season's around the corner. There was actually things done in the offseason by the Red Sox this year, so golf clap for them. Some money was spent, but it still feels like there's more question marks than not. Injuries, disgruntled players, what have you. So if time, I'd like to see if Karen has any opinions on that. If not, I'll ask you two dopes what your opinions are. So we'll do that. We'll do a lot of Patriots with Karen. Won't keep her waiting. And hey, the Celtics have been sold. So another piece of news there. Big $6.1 billion sale going down in Boston. So we'll talk all things that with Karen right after this. Welcome to the show. The Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
Vacation. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's Q-U-E. You idiot.
We like to make ourselves laugh there, Karen. How are you?
Well, you made me laugh, and based on the opening montage, I thought you were having Tom Brady on the show. What's up with that?
Oh no, just you walking behind him, following into practice. That wasn't the look. Dr. Big Mac is head of social media, and if the name doesn't give it away, I don't know what does. You're on the Simple Mind Sports Show. Welcome.
I thought that was a great picture of you too. I mean, if I was next to Tom Brady, that would be my go-to picture for everything.
Actually, he was leaving practice. He was leaving a big interview session, and I wanted to catch him for a few seconds. So we walked. Walked away.
Quick question, real quick. We'll start this off real quick. What did he smell like? What is this fragrance?
Oh, God.
What do I smell like?
No, you Karen. No. Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Well, that day it was post-practice smell.
So it was musky and beautiful. With us, of course, is Karen Guregian of Masslive, formerly of the Herald, covering Boston sports.
What does it come through on the screen or what?
No, we didn't update it. We didn't update that feature for our show.
Well,
sorry.
You smell like Vrabel likes it because he called you out immediately during his opening press conference. So we know you got one fan.
Yeah.
You can know what these guys smell like.
What I was having, but I think he needs glasses actually.
Well, I hope he gets them prior to watching these prospects.
and it's like, what, he hasn't heard of hair color before? I mean, come on, you know.
Oh, I think Frames looks. I think the salt and pepper's in. I think he looks. He looks pretty good.
It is in.
He does.
Especially for his age.
True.
Is he older than us? God, I hope he's older than us.
Yeah,
he is, and so am I by a lot.
no.
I don't know. Thank you for that, but I don't know if it's by too much. Although covering Boston sports from a lot of people say 84, what the hell? But let's give the Lowell Sun a little bit of love there.
Yeah.
1981. Hey,
yeah.
You told us in the pre-show.
People, just so everyone knows, I got hired out of diapers, so I was like the Doogie Howser of sports writers. Like,
that's high praise. That's high self-praise. That's a little pat in the back right there.
Well, I just don't want to
self-proclaimed.
Oh, I see. Yes,
I see what she's doing here. I see now.
If I've been in the business 40 years, right? Like,
you started when you were a toddler. You were starting as a toddler.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I was a
I get
toddler.
it. See, some of mine, you had to break it down a little bit more. Then I got it.
Okay, I got you.
First columns were in crayons. Let's get to the hard-hitting Patriots talk. You told us in the pre-show, but let's just immediately, Ray, I'm going to steal yours here, and you can follow up.
How about it? Yeah.
Steph Diggs is in or out, New England Patriots?
Well, he was in for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
He was wined and dined. They checked him out physically. He's coming off a torn ACL, but he left without a contract or an offer. I think it was kind of a fact-finding mission on both ends. I think Diggs will probably go out and visit with other teams, see what everyone has to say, and then see what everyone has to offer. But, it's a tough case for him because he was once one of the best, if not the best, receivers in the NFL. He went through a 6-year span where he had 1,000 yards or more. He had 1 year in 2022, I think it was, where he led the league in receptions and yards. But he's going to be 32 in November. So, and coming off an ACL, how much do you pay for somebody like that who's used to being among the higher paid receivers?
Are the Patriots in a position to have that kind of I don't know what the word I'm looking for here, to be that picky when it comes to wide receiver?
Frugal?
Well, we can go a different road in that department. You don't have a wide receiver. Demario Douglas is your top slotted wide receiver right now. The pickings are slim. They didn't want to pay Cooper Kupp. They didn't want to trade for DK Metcalf. We've heard all the excuses. Now they're high on Travis Hunter, which has a lot of question marks around him. Steph Diggs comes into your building and showing some money to spend, and everyone's signing 2-year deals anyway. So I don't know why stopping them from signing a good wide receiver, I guess, is the big question.
I don't know. Before free agency started, I was of the mind, and I wrote this, that they had to overpay, even if it was stupid. I mean, they weren't in a position to try and win deals, right? They had to
get people in the door,
pay people stupid money. And it's funny, they did that with the defense and haven't really done it on the offensive side. I mean, they will tell you they've made runs at people, or they were going to give Ronnie Stanley the keys to Foxborough if he didn't re-sign with Baltimore. They were going to do the same with T. Higgins. It just, none of those pie in the sky things materialized. So now they're trying to be careful, or that's how it looks.
So was there a plan going into free agency for the offensive side of the ball? Because it really doesn't seem. You think there was? Because it doesn't seem like.
And they just struck out on all those avenues, pretty much. But the way I look at it, were they realistic avenues? I mean, I thought. I mean, the Bengals franchised T. Higgins. Was he really gonna, what were the chances he was gonna escape? Ronnie Stanley, if you have a tackle like that, and especially if you're a contending team, do you let that guy walk?
Nope.
No.
I am surprised that Ronnie Stanley didn't even go to free agency to see what the offer would be. I'm surprised he signed before.
So is the problem then, Karen, that the Patriots have front office guys as dumb as Bobby that can't read a market, or is it that they have is it that they are coming in with frugal offers because they're still operating under a frugal idea of what they think they should pay people?
Oh, you're muted.
You might have got muted,
You might
or
be
we may
muted.
have lost your connection.
Nope, nothing.
Let's see.
I heard her scrambling, so maybe she unplugged something.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Bobby, why don't you talk on your opinion there until we get Karen's mic straightened out?
Certainly. So what we have here with who's calling the shots here in Foxborough, I think that has to be Vrabel, and he has to be the one making all of these calls here. And as far as what there was with a plan, they need to have something a little bit different than what's been executed. The Patriots need they need to execute more to actually get receivers and tackles in. Right now, they don't have anything that you would want to run out for a winning team.
Great. Do we have Karen back?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Do
Still
you
nothing.
want to hop out and try and hop him back in? The old turn it off, turn it on method? Yeah, let's try that. I'll kick you out, and
come
then
back in.
And then you come back in. Technical difficulties there from Karen.
What you got?
You should touch your phone to read a text. That's it. So, anyways, keep going.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, obviously we're at a point in the free agency where pickings are thin. We talked about Steph Diggs coming in for a visit. The biggest holes at left tackle, wide receiver. They signed a center from Minnesota who had the number one
Bradbury
pressure rate in the league last year.
He's also the worst center in the league for pass blocking or runs his own scheme. We don't do that. And then also he's small from all accounts. He's a small center.
He's about the same size as Andrews.
Small arms.
Oh, still nothing. Oh, wait, you're muted. Hold on.
Yeah, I think she's self-muted. Yeah,
you're self-muted. Try to undo the mute
yeah, in
button.
the stream itself. There we go. Try it now.
Try now.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, we got you.
God, I wish Ray would self-mute more often.
I tried.
Glad to have you back.
Oh, what was I trying to say?
Off-season plan for
we're
offense.
talking about, they extended a big offer to Chris Godwin, but he took less to stay in Tampa.
Yep.
But again, if you've been there your whole time, and if they're a better team and you're comfortable there, what's a few more million? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think that kind of leads to my kind of question is, are they misreading the market, or are they not paying enough people? So they missed on Ridley last year. They missed on Godwin this year. They wanted T. Higgins. They didn't anticipate.
We saw Ayuk last year too. Ayuk last year as well.
So,
let me interrupt you, Rich.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure I know last year they were taken aback by offering all this money, and they weren't a destination. It's like you can only rest on your laurels and your championships for so long. I mean, Tom Brady's long gone, and Bill Belichick's gone. So the Patriots had to figuring out they have to reestablish themselves. They have to reestablish themselves as a winning team, and a place where players want to come if they want to win. But not only that, but get paid. So while money typically wins out, right? Or so I've been told with players, they're always going to go for the most, but that doesn't always happen. If you're an older established player, you want to go where you have the better chance to win if the money is equal. And that's where the Patriots are behind right now.
Yeah.
Who's calling the shots there in Foxborough? Is it Vrabel or Wolf?
Vrabel.
Good.
So Wolf's a pawn. Wolf's a
Yeah.
pawn.
Well, he's just kind of been shuffled.
To us, Elliot Wolf seems a little useless. Do you get that same feeling?
Well, he will become more useless. I mean, it was tough to part with him. I mean, in a big picture sense, because he and his staff did all the work on the draft.
Right.
And if you're a coach coming in, you have no draft board. So, and Elliott was re-establishing how they did their draft board. And there's a difference. When under Belichick, their board rankings were based more on fit as opposed to who's the best.
Best player.
Also
Best
known as
player.
talent.
Right. Correct. But it was based on fit. But it's tough to argue with what they did with him getting players to fit his system or fit what he was looking for.
Cole Strange.
But you can do that. You can do that when you have Tom Brady.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Without Tom Brady, you need flipping talent. So last year, Elliott went about blowing up the system or re-teaching a system to all the scouts that they had to rank people based on talent and not necessarily fit. And I think you could see that that's why all of a sudden, you see Tyquan Thornton or Cole Strange or Kyle Duggar, them overreaching in the first and second round for players that are like way back on everyone's draft board. But Belichick had this thing about fit. Needless to say, if they were basing it on talent, those players probably would not be in Foxborough. If they were making picks in the spots that they took Cole Strange, the spots they took Tyquan Thornton, etc.
N'Keal Harry,
another one, good one.
All right, Karen. Here's a question for you. Really, how bad was Gerard Mayo? Did he understand football?
Yes.
Yes, to both. He was bad, and he understood football.
Look, he was like one of the smartest linebackers they've ever had. So he understood football. He didn't understand coaching.
Gotcha.
Fair.
How could he? He only did it for 5 years. Like, how could he understand how to do it?
Yeah.
It's different being a head coach
Yeah.
than a linebacker coach. Much different. It is so much more responsibility. You're the voice of the organization. And he needed more time. He needed time to be a defensive coordinator somewhere. He needed time to grow into the role as opposed to, and again, I don't think the plan was to have him take over when he did. I think the plan was to have Bill Belichick break Don Shula's record and then put Gerard in. That would give him more time with Belichick, so on and so forth. But it got so bad with Belichick that plan had to be scrapped. They had to get rid of Belichick. And since it was written in Gerard's contract that he would be the successor, he got thrust into the role way ahead of time. And again, I'm not trying to defend him, but he's coming in as a first-year coach with the worst roster by far in the NFL. No quarterback. So, the chances and basically he needed more time to develop more resources or more coaches to have that he could pluck. Basically, Elliott chose most of the offensive coaches because he was the one with the connections. But if you think about it, they were doomed. First year head coach, first year offensive play caller, first year defensive play caller, first year general manager. Really, no quarterback. Why would we think that they would do well?
And really, who's actually at the end of that rope and making those decisions?
The Crafts.
Mm-hmm. Bingo, bango.
And you've touched on it a little bit, but what's your opinion of them in this post-Brady Belichick era?
Terrible. Unprepared. Even Belichick.
Yeah.
He was pushing Brady out the door, but what was his replacement plan? Winging it? That's what he did. Right? How do you replace a legend and then wing it? That's what he did.
My opinion on Belichick at the end was he was bored. I honestly think that. Like the way that he drafted is like, yeah, I could do the smart thing, get 2 running backs here, get the offensive lineman. We don't have to go wide receiver tall, but I'm going to take Cole Strange in the first round just to flip ESPN upside its head, and I'll make it work.
Mel Kiper's going to have an aneurysm on camera because we're taking Cole Strange.
The combination of arrogance, hubris, and boredom.
But that was born out of, the collective success, which Belichick thought he was mostly responsible for. That was born out of him being this defensive genius, who was able to shut down these, greatest show on turf offenses. It was, born out of losing Ty Law in the playoffs and pulling Hank Poteet off the street, plugging him in and winning the Super Bowl. I mean, so he thought he could win with any player, any quarterback, or any coaching staff.
So are we in danger, or we're probably already there? Is it the Crafts' arrogance and hubris in play at this point, or is it the fact that they basically kicked their feet up for the last 20-something years, let Brady and Belichick win them championships, took the credit, and now that they've been shoved into the position to actually have to do something, they either forget how or never had the skills, or Jonathan's calling shots and he's learning, or
I think it's a little of both. And I think what's partially gotten them into trouble is, or at least last year, not doing actual searches and just kind of hiring people they were themselves comfortable with or familiar with. That means people in Belichick's organization or people who played for Belichick.
Right.
So, and they think again that the magic is found in Belichick or disciples of Belichick, but they haven't learned that all these other teams who hired disciples of Belichick didn't get Belichick.
No, right. They're probably one of the worst coaching tree of all time is Belichick's coaching tree, right?
Right. Because he was the mastermind. Yeah. He was the guy who made up for if a coach was deficient, a player was deficient, he could solve the riddle.
Yeah. And he wasn't a teacher.
Yeah, he wasn't going to share the information how he solved that riddle. He's just going to say, "This is how the riddle." This
is
the riddle.
He gave the secrets to Josh McDaniels. Okay, he's back in the building, so it'll work just fine. You just wait.
Right. Well,
Josh I hope so. So.
But if you think about it, though, the Crafts were also relying on at least Robert. I mean, it was Robert who sent a first-round pick to the Jets for that idiot Belichick who. Left the NYJ Jets. I mean, and did nothing in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But why did he do that? Well, I think he saw how important he was to Parcells and and Parcells' defense. I mean, Parcells was a great coach on his own, but again, Kraft got familiar with Belichick during Parcells' time, saw his importance, and just figured that would translate.
Yeah.
That was after his Pete Carroll mission failed.
Draft's coming up at the 4th pick. Is it Travis Hunter or bust or trade back?
Well, I think they have to see how the board plays out.
If he's there, if he's available, if Travis Hunter's there, is it a clear shot the Patriots are taking him? If he's not there,
No, I wouldn't say
do you think they're going to trade back?
Can I ask this question just a little bit more from an interesting standpoint?
Yeah.
They've come out and said that they love Travis Hunter, number 1 wide receiver in the draft, number 1 cornerback in the draft. Is that more true or more gamesmanship that if he gets there?
It could be either one or both.
That's not what we're looking for, Karen.
Yeah, that's not the answer.
An honest answer. Because I mean, my intel is they like, or again, they're on their draft board. Travis Hunter is on the top of the receivers and he's on top of the cornerbacks. But I don't think that that's a surprise necessarily.
Right.
That's just where he sits. Does that mean that they'll take him when he's there? I wouldn't put money on it.
Ooh.
That's what we needed. That's actually what we were looking for. With a
little wink wink. I wouldn't count on it. All right, we got you.
But here's the thing. They've talked about wanting to go into the draft and being able to pick the best player available. So if they live by that motto, which they've been preaching, if Travis Hunter is there, they take Travis Hunter. But how do you ignore not having a left tackle?
Yeah, we've been doing it for years. It's super easy.
Right? But how do you do that to your stud kid quarterback? I suppose they can.
They'll figure it
out.
out.
Pull himself up by his bootstraps.
So you think they trade back and get more assets then? Is that what you're kind of thinking that might be the route they take come April?
It could be, but what I would do, I would take Travis Hunter and then I would trade back into the first round to get the tackle. That's what I would do.
That one keeps
That's
popping up.
me. I'm not running the show.
Vrabel would listen to you, so you need to get in his ear.
We have 2 more important Patriots questions, and then if you allow us the 2 or 3 minutes, just switch gears. Mine is Drake May. Percentage-wise, how sure are we he's good? Because he has a losing record. He's thrown game-losing interceptions in almost every competitive situation he's been in, minus the one in Tennessee. And, he was on a terrible team. And what evidence do we have for all of the optimism around New England that Drake May is a future top 5 quarterback, which is kind of the consensus we get the feeling of?
Well, what do you see? Outside of the losing, and
I see raw athleticism, and the reports are that he's got a good head on his shoulders. He works hard. All the intangibles are there.
You see that? Have you seen that?
I see him run into like 4 linebackers at once with his back straight up and get his ass kicked. But I've also seen him throw a 65-yard touchdown down the right sideline. It's beautiful.
Josh Allen did the same thing his first year. All I'm saying is,
good.
Again, and Mac Jones did the same thing, but he had far less talent.
Oh, yes.
He had far less talent than Drake May. But when you have no offensive line, when you have no receivers who can get open, when you basically it's on you to produce something, it's hard not to try to do more than you're capable of. And that was Mac Jones throwing passes, weak-armed Mac Jones throwing across the field. I mean, he lost his mind.
We're gonna have to beep
Basically.
Mac Jones for anybody listening. We're gonna have PTSD. So
And then when you have Matt Patricia in your ear calling plays, I
Woof.
mean,
Woof.
the guy
Yeah.
lost his mind. He did.
this might not be
Not-
allowed on YouTube after all of that.
But I think when you look at Drake May, compare and contrast, he can throw the football. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's mobile. He has to learn how to slide. If you put pieces around him, you can see how much better he might be. I mean, he had a rookie season, and again, he's jumping into a rookie season where, again, at least 3 or 4 of his offensive line members stunk.
And it was a revolving door. It was like everyone was coming through. David Andrews got hurt, season-ending injury. You got a new center under. He just didn't have the cards for that rookie season.
So simply put, we're at 50-50. Understood. We'll write that down. We'll put it in the. We'll see.
I'm greater. I have more faith that Drake May.
I do too, and I actually like the Josh McDaniels hiring for that reason for a young quarterback. I actually think that they'll be pretty good. But that does not answer the question about the potential best quarterback on the roster, which Bobby is interested in.
What should they do with Joe Milton?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask about Josh Dobbs.
He's got the most wins. He's got the most career wins on the roster right now.
Most career wins in most career teams. He's been like
Yeah.
on 6 or 7 teams that I can count on.
How did he
but
do that in
didn't
Minnesota?
defend-
Is what's the cat's name in coach's name in Minnesota? Remind me, I always forget.
O'Connell.
Kevin
O'Connell.
O'Connell.
He is he that good that Sam Bradford is an MVP candidate and Josh Dobbs is not a 4th quarterback on the roster? Like that seems how that good. That's how
is.
good he
He is. He's very good. Very good at teaching, coaching, and very good at these offensive concepts. But he also have one of the world's best receivers in Justin Jefferson and a surrounding cast that's pretty darn good too, wide receivers. So there's stuff to work with there.
So is that
So
a,
you're
is that a
saying
check? Wait, excuse me. Is that a check mark for Bill Belichick? That's he coached Kevin O'Connell at one point. So is that part of his coaching tree? So is that a step in the right direction for the Bill Belichick coaching tree?
It's actually on Bill Belichick's LinkedIn. His girlfriend put it there.
Right.
But my question:
I never thought of it that way.
Thank you.
if Minnesota trades for Joe Milton, Bobby thinks it's a second.
Never said that.
He said first,
might-
actually.
We might
Never
be
said
looking
that.
at a competition there with McCarthy.
Well,
Do they really
it's
want a
like-
3rd round pick for Joe Milton, or are they just throwing that out there?
No, I think they're trying to see what they can get.
Yeah.
Dallas is
I
biting.
think-
Dallas is going to bite. Dallas will bite for it.
Do you think so?
I think the Dallas Cowboys are stupid enough, and Jerry Jones might see Dak Prescott always getting hurt. Joe Milton, he wowed him in Week 18 against the Buffalo Bills. Why not bring him down to Big Dallas and see what he can do?
A reader asked me this question, and it's a really good one. So I'm going to ask you guys.
Okay.
Okay. If the New York Giants approached you about Joe Milton and offered you, I don't know, a 3rd round pick, do you make that deal with the Giants knowing that if they get a quarterback, they're not going to take one above you?
Ooh.
Meaning, that takes away either Carter or Hunter.
Huh.
Is that a good one? That
That
was
is
a
a good
great
one.
question.
It is a good one. I'd still probably do the trade if you could actually get a 3rd round pick.
Look at that.
He's just Karen. He's just saying that. He's
What are
just
you
saying
going
he
to do
doesn't
about
need
your
that.
Joe Milton tattoo, Bobby, and your footy pajamas?
I could turn it into something else.
Well, you know what? Think about this, though. As I said, I told the reader, it's like one of the best questions I ever got.
That's a good.
That's a very good question,
It's
yeah.
a good would you rather situation.
Yes. If you consider this draft, and it would depend on what year the draft pick was. Say if you got a 2nd or a 3rd, although I think a 2nd is a stretch. This draft is
think a 3rd is
not
stretch.
good, right? It's
Yeah.
it's
It's
not
Average.
right. So the value of this draft is in like the second and third round. So if you get the Giants' second or third round pick, so it's like the third, I mean, they're right above you, right? So it's a good pick in every round.
Yep.
That also factors in, if you ask me. So if you're trading with, I don't know, Philadelphia, Kansas City, and the picks are in the bottom,
I don't think Joe Milton's his trade value will ever be higher. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to get that unless May goes down.
Unless Drake May doesn't learn how to slide and he gets hurt, and Josh Dobbs looks like how Josh Dobbs should look, and they give Milton a shot.
And if he gets to play against the the plumbers, no offense, Ray, and the trash guys from Buffalo, then I'm sure, maybe we'll be looking at a second round pick. I would do that in a heartbeat.
I'm going to time out on that. It's true. He did great against you and I playing out there, right?
Sean McDermott, that was his best coached game of his entire career. He outsucked Mayo out of the number 1 overall pick.
And
he's taking
all the Patriots took the lead. They put in their 4th string quarterback. He's like, get in there, get in, go.
He tried. But again, what I rely on is the eye test.
Yeah.
And what I saw from Joe Milton in training camp to what I saw in that game in terms of his pocket awareness, his pocket movement, his decision making, his being on target, he looked like he had made significant strides. And you cannot ignore the gun he has for an arm. I'm sorry. If he's accurate with that arm, which he was in that game, and throwing from every different angle, going right, going left, going backwards, again, against a bunch of stiffs. But in terms of what I saw, there's something there with this kid.
Yep, talent is there. Okay, we've taken up a ton of your time. We really appreciate it. I just want to shift gears to this one thing. You had a great article when you left the Herald, emptying out the notebook, and there are a bunch of cool anecdotal pieces in there. If you haven't read it, go read it. I phrased this question this way, but feel free to just kind of touch on the stories if you want to. The scarier encounter, Muhammad Ali shadowboxing, or dealing with a scalper at the Winter Olympics with a prickly Italian. Which one gives you more of a pause?
Well, that whole scalper experience, I thought I was going to get arrested.
That was a great way you told it too. In the article was just really good.
Well, it's like one of those things. I was credentialed for the Olympics, the Herald was counting on me to cover the women's figure skating final, which is like viewed by a gazillion people. That's like the most watched thing.
Right.
And then to have the guy, we would get like a ticket for the events that we covered. And then they're saying, sorry, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. We don't have a ticket for you to cover it. So I called up my boss. I said, well, there's only one way for me to get in. How much do you want to pay a scalper? And so he gave me found a range. But actually, the photographer I was with got the scalper, and we met in this cafe. I was bankrolling the transaction. And I had never done this before, dealt with a scalper before. And so we're sitting at the table and he gives the photographer the tickets and I'm telling her, read it, like make sure it's the right day. And then I'm going, oh, I guess I should. And she said, yeah, it's the right day. So I pull out like a wad of money and the guy almost like killed me there. Like, you idiot, under the table.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry. I didn't, I've never done this before. It's like, yeah, I was like,
never open the briefcase. You've seen the movie 1,000 times. You never open it.
The stupid American who's paying a scalper in front of everyone, whatever. that
Quite
was
literally under the table.
Muhammad Ali was more fun than
Oh, I bet.
it was more of a fun thing than being afraid.
Yeah.
I
Sure,
was I was more taken aback and surprised. I would imagine he would do this all the time with guys, but it made me feel good. I'm a woman, and he's putting his dukes up and saying, "Okay, let's go around." So that was fun.
Yeah, that's a
And I didn't win.
he's the greatest. Okay, this has been really great and a ton of time. If you have 30 seconds, we have a fun little game, 5-second buzz round. You want to play?
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
quick answers. A little bit. It's called like a little. Would you rather? Real quick. Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
All right. The moon landing, real or fake?
Real.
Oh,
Thank you.
Step Brothers or
At least we
Anchorman?
Say again.
It's the movie's Step Brother or the movie Anchorman?
Oh boy. Anchorman.
All right. Listen to music in the car or listen to podcast in the car?
Music.
Summer vacation on a Rhode Island beach or in Cape Cod?
This is a big one.
Cape Cod.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait,
there it is.
what's the music
Looks
we're
like I'm
listening to? in
doing
the car?
good, Rich. Huh? What?
Yeah, we're a simpatico here, Karen.
What's the music we're listening to in the car, though?
Oh, like
Wh-
old time.
Whatever.
Oh,
What
no.
is it?
Wait,
is it?
let me. Wait, I'll fake you all out. So rap.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
you go.
even know who that is, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that guy.
I
I
guarantee.
want to be cool and
He keeps
hip.
it real. So yeah.
I guarantee you, Karen, you and I radio stations are probably simpatico as well. We're probably on the same wavelength there.
Mm. Well, I
It's
can
not
tell
little.
you.
It's not
Last
Lil
night,
Nas X.
last night I was listening to Sade. So
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I can get into
All right.
that. Karen, thanks so much. When Dig signs with the Patriots, if you want to just shoot us a quick note so we can break that,
yeah.
that'd be fine.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This has been fun. Thanks
been
for
a blast,
joining us, and
Yes. Thank you so much, Karen.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for
continue to follow
having
you
me.
as we have. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye now.
Thanks.
Bye, Karen.
What a delight.
That was fun.
That was a delight.
That was fun.
I don't want you to take offense to this, Ray, which is so much better to talk to you than you. Just in general.
I think you could go through life saying that about almost every person.
No,
No, there are a lot of people I dislike.
There are a
more than you.
lot of shitbait. Like, I like you. I love you.
Yeah.
But I like Karen better based on that last conversation.
Understandable.
I imagine you like me for my honesty. So that's why I said it.
Yeah, I love you for your honesty.
Thank you. Let's start with the headlines with the obvious one.
Thanks, Rich. The Celtics have been sold. William Chisholm, a Massachusetts native and founder of Symphony Technology Group, bought the team for a record $6.1 billion, a new record sale for sports teams in North America. Apparently, that's what they keep saying. Celtics start a West Coast trip starting with the Jazz Friday night. The Bruins are spiraling and could lead them to a pretty nice draft spot. Losers of 3 straight, they too are on a West Coast trip with a game Thursday night against the Vegas Golden Knights. Take Bobby out to the ball game. The Red Sox will play meaningful games again as they start the 2025 season Thursday in Arlington to take on the Texas Rangers. And finally, in the NCAA men's tournament, upsets galore with McNeese over Clemson and Creighton over Louisville. This has been headlines with the obvious one. Our next segment, the C's new owner, right after this.
Thank you, Remy. I didn't actually add any follow-up thoughts to the Patriots and Karen's takes, and
I thought they were great. Everything was great.
as do I.
I thought she was on it.
And basically, it's not Hunter. They're going to trade back no matter what.
She basically said that.
Yeah.
Diggs walked out of the building without a contract. That stood out to me. He's not
Or an
coming
offer,
here.
she said too. Without an offer, it made.
They're just it was getting to know each other. Period. It seems like.
I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're gonna do.
Me neither.
I can't imagine that the Patriots would be Diggs' first option. I'm sure he'll take whatever offer is given and then look for a more desirable location. First.
On Masslive, they did say that maybe you could get him in to go there to be like a spiteful move that you get to go play the Bills twice a year. That might be a little bit of insurance to get you in there.
We have beat the Bills twice in the past 2 years, so we got their number.
Humble brag.
You get he's got some lawsuit too. Didn't he do bad things to somebody?
Everyone does bad things, Rich.
Come on,
Or yeah, like some kind of thing.
don't be all judgy about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad things, I don't know if that's the case here or not, but the Celtics, as Ray just mentioned in the headlines, do have a new owner finally after months and months of waiting. The team was reportedly sold for $6.1 billion to managing partner of the Symphony Technology Group, Bill Chisholm. Originally from the where is he from? He says he's a Celtics fan.
He lives out in California. He's from he went to Georgia, lives in Georgetown.
That's not here.
Yes, it is.
Here, I mean Boston.
Yes, it is. It's in Georgetown, Massachusetts.
Oh, thought you meant Washington, D.C.
No,
You're gonna
you're an idiot.
Where is Georgetown, Massachusetts?
It's on the western side of Massachusetts.
The western side of Massachusetts. Am I gonna have to fact check this fucking thing?
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying it's from the part of Massachusetts nobody cares about?
Yeah.
Very good.
Georgetown, Mass. Billy Chisholm.
Georgetown, Massachusetts. Okay.
It's in Essex County. The population was 8,470 at the 2020 census. It was incorporated in 1838 from part of Rowley. Just so you know, Richard, do some
Appreciate
research
that.
before you fucking start.
And that's
spewing
been
out
our
stuff.
geography minute with the Bob Pod.
Bottom of the totem pole of dumb. Lands one there. Good job, Ray. Here's a quote. This process to buy the team. This is from old Billy from Georgetown, Mass. This process to buy the team started just under 50 years ago when I had my 7th birthday and I attended a game.
What a rich cunt. Only a rich cunt would say that. I started buying it when I was 7 because I was fucking rich then.
I knew I'd have that summer food.
over there in Georgetown,
Yep.
Massachusetts. I was hooked ever since. I've been a rabid. I was hooked ever since. I've been a rabid fan ever since. I bleed green. I love the Celtics. When this opportunity came up, I couldn't pass it up. Wick has done an incredible job running this franchise. So why would you mess that up? The team is in a great place right now, and I'm very sensitive to that. Wick, Brad, and Joe have done amazing jobs, and that's all goodness that we want to continue.
Bobby's out.
He did mention Joe Mazzulla there.
Yeah.
Look,
that's true. We did say Joe. Oh yeah, fuck this Billy Chisholm guy.
let me just read these. Let me just continue these quotes here, and then we can have our opinions. Grossbeck, whose family led the ownership group that bought the team in 2002 for $600 million, said Chisholm asked him to stay on as CEO and governor for the next 3 seasons. Wick said, I'm glad to do so. We hope from the beginning to find the right person with the resources and commitment to win banners. This is Wick now talking, and being a great person, Wick Grossbeck told Shams. Bill checks every box for us. I have always been a consultant, and I've had final say here with the Celtics since my family bought into the team, and we'll continue for the next 3 years, and we will transition. Funny, I never heard Wick Grossbeck consultant of the Boston Celtics for the last 20 or so years. Did you? I always heard owner.
And he wasn't even the owner. Surprise, surprise. He wasn't even the owner. His daddy was.
Well, yeah, saying the loud part, tough part out loud there, Ray.
Oh, sorry.
The agreement calls for a 2-part sale, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Here's Billy. My approach is to win and raise banners. That's in the near term and the long term. I've had a couple sit downs with Brad, and it's about aligning our goals and extending the window of the team. The plans that Wick and Brad have laid out make perfect sense to me. I mean, who knows? All these people lie and are full of shit, and $6.1 billion. He's immediately going to go in the hole with this team. Those records are out there. You don't know the building.
Unless unless they build the building. That's what he needs to do. He needs to find some
He's
land.
more than 6.1 billion in the hole. Once he buys the team, he also inherits all their debt, unless part of that debt's paid off in that 6 billion.
Well, yes, of course. That's what I mean. But I mean, if you buy something that's worth 6.1 billion and then your net worth is the same. But yes, they have.
Can I stop you real quick? Don't
No,
you
you
work for
can't.
a
Let me
bank?
explain this.
Don't you work for a bank, you fucking idiot? No shit. I even knew that, Bobby.
God damn it! Whatever.
Bobby the banker. He'll write you
Bobby the banker. Wow.
fine mortgage.
Yeah.
Speaking about debt, yeah, come on over to Bobby the banker. I'll help you out. The team loses money, especially at their salary implications right now. They don't own the building, so the team basically was operating at a loss. That's why Wick never went into the luxury unless they were contenders, which was for 10 years. So they saved up a nut that they can watch this kind of window all the way through to, I don't know, 2 or 3 more years maybe. It's kind of the things that I've heard or that I've read. But after that, yeah, you're gonna have to sell off pieces, which include athletes and members of the team and contracts, and probably guaranteed they're going to go build their own building somewhere and recoup it there over the course of whatever. So, which has to happen. I mean, that
has to be step one. You have to
garden
build a
is
building
on its way out anyway, so they've been talking about that for a long time. I would say positive. This could have been anybody. This could have been John Henry's group. This could have been something similar to that was going to be a line item. But this guy's from Georgetown. Everybody knows Georgetown's in Massachusetts. So we've got a local boy who's been buying the team since he was 7 years old. He wants to win. He's talking to Brad. The only knock on him, as far as I can see, he likes Joe Mazzulla.
Bobby,
pretty big one, which is unfortunate, but at least he does appear to be have invested in the team. And like you say, this is an investment for him. He actually cares for the franchise, it appears. Said the right things.
And something amongst Bobby as a banker probably understands this, and we don't have to get into it, but the way that the deal is acquired, it's like he has to pay 51% up front and then basically installments after that, more or less. So
it's very similar to how I bang your mom. I only put half in at first, and then the rest is in installments.
Every half an hour after that. Per sandwich, you get an inch.
Ooh, what kind of sandwich are we talking about?
I don't know. Bobby only gets a quarter of an inch. So we'll be right back with Red Sox right after this. Bobby Baseball, Red Sox are back. Opening day, March 27th against the Texas Rangers. And as I said in the opening, I'm going to tell you what, I still think they got more question marks than not, even after their best offseason in the past 5 to 6 years. The biggest one being Rafael Devers, who's been a real cunt in the offseason.
He's a big fat bitch. Big bitch.
We haven't talked about it a whole lot, a couple times. They signed Bregman. Here's the timeline. Rafael Devers shows up early for camp. He was coming off an injury. He shows up early for camp, happy-go-lucky, eating all the ham sandwiches that Bobby can't have because the dick's too small. And then Alex Bregman gets signed to play third base. Rafael Devers leaves camp, all pissy, for a week or so. Comes back. They're asked, hey, Rafael Devers, what do you think about playing DH? His answer? No. You ever think, what if they make you play? No. Have you ever thought about it? No. I am third base. I play third base. Since then, Bobby hasn't been paying attention to this. So let me ask him. Take a guess here. How many games do you think Rafael Devers has played at third base since that interview?
I'm going to go with 0.
That's right, 0. How many games has he played in total since that interview?
0.
2. 2 games he's had at bats. I think he's 1 for 9 or something. Looks like shit. They're going to Mexico for their final exhibition games in spring training, of which Rafael Devers is not traveling with the team. So you've got a disgruntled superstar, $30 million superstar, that the only job is for him to hit. He's coming off injury. He's overweight and pissed. And now you've got a team that's supposed to be taking the next step here with their young, quote unquote, kids just around the corner. And I don't know. Everyone's still really optimistic about him. I'm not. I don't think that they're in a good spot right now, Raymond.
They spent money. That's what you have to be positive about, Richard. They spent money. They got Bregman. Yes, he is a Gold Glove third baseman, but he is willing to play the field. He's willing to go to second base. He's willing to do whatever because he's a winner. He is one of the things that you need to bring to this organization. I mean, Rafael Devers is a winner as well, but he's got the shittiest attitude of all time. Bregman seems like the kind of guy that could lead the clubhouse, that could get the team morale up. You don't want anyone looking like this in your clubhouse right now because that would be a bona fide fucking bad move for the Red Sox. But right now we have a Bregman, so hopefully things turn around. I'm actually excited to see the Red Sox this year. I actually want to go to a couple of games because I feel like this team could win. This team could be a playoff contender.
Let me take a note out of Karen Guregian's notepad.
Guregian.
I've heard Guregian.
Guregian.
We could have asked her.
Could have asked her. I heard Mass say Guregian, and they worked at the Herald, so I'm gonna go with the people that work there.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Then I'm wrong.
What did she say? You need talent to win. So right now,
You got talent.
Your best hitter can't hit. He's hurt. Your starting pitchers, 3 of them. Now there are 5 starting pitchers generally in baseball. Bobby.
He played
3
farm
of them
league.
are hurt. Cutter Crawford coming back the earliest May. Check this out, Bobby. Lucas Giolito, who they signed last year, didn't play because he had a broken ACL. They knew he couldn't play last year. They signed him anyway, $10 million. The first fucking pitch he threw, he hurt himself this year. First pitch out of the gate. He's not back till April. Brian Bayo, he's not back till April. So more than half your pitching staff is already down. You don't have a closer. Trevor Story's also not going to Mexico because, I don't know, why should he for $140 million and only playing 163 games in 4 years? Fucking bum. The rest of the injuries are starting to pile up. Crochet and Buehler, their 2 pitching signings this year have looked good. Alex Bregman has knocked the cover off the ball. Marcel Mayer, the one of the big 3 that they want to bring up from the bigs, from AAA, he has looked lights out. He is not going to start the year with the team, by all reports, because Tristan Campbell is going to start the year with the team. Why? Because it's a poster child for the baseball nerds. So that's where you're at.
That's where you're at. Can I tell Bobby something real quick? There's 162 games in a major league season, so even if they can't play in April or May, you still got fucking 4 months, so it doesn't matter, Bobby. Everything that Rich just said doesn't fucking matter.
Can I tell something about? No, you know what? It doesn't matter. You're right. It's a long season, and they might as well not even play April and May because 60 games over 60 days. Why does that matter in the standing? Go 0-60, and just play at a 900 clip for the rest of the year.
You're still gonna win. You're still probably gonna win half those games, so it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you get the rotation in place by July 4th,
you better hope so, buddy.
Really starts.
That will be better. Well, in this fucking lineup as it does.
I was gonna say something, but I know your mom's watching, so I'm not gonna say it.
Yes, that with Chief Bobby.
Also, quick side note, it's good to know that the private chat isn't exactly that private.
Yeah, and also, remember last week when Rich said he doesn't use the private chat, and yet he was all on it today. All on it! Lied to me again, you son of a bitch.
I never know to be mad or, sympathetic to Ray's stupidity.
It just depends on the general mood.
Sympathetic, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
To pick up dog poop, do you use a shovel or use the little blue baggie?
Little blue baggie. Well, what kind of dog are you talking about?
Your dog.
Oh, little baggie.
Is it
I go shovel here?
Am I delayed or is everyone else delayed?
You're delayed.
You're delayed.
Pay your bill, bitch.
On a walk, it's the bag because I'm not carrying around a shovel. In the backyard, it's a rake. So neither.
Well, first of all,
you do like a hockey,
you absolutely should have a shovel. I carry a garden tool with me at all times, so I don't know why.
Too. It's called a hoe. It's your mother.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Well done, Rich. Well done.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Well
All right,
done.
very good. I didn't see that coming.
Neither
Probably
did
should have
she.
played better defense there. Okay, always get to park in the handicap spot or never wait in lines.
Never wait in lines.
Lines easy.
Handicap spot.
You
No.
fucking
You
lazy.
You can avoid lines,
bitch.
idiots. You don't have to wait in line.
Yeah,
But you do have to park places always. It's the handicap spot.
What? No,
That's
way.
the dumbest. That is the
That's the
dumbest
dumbest
take
thing ever.
I've ever heard.
He's been real bad at
Well,
these.
first of all, hold the phone. Have either of you had the experience of having a handicap sticker and getting that that ever so delightful treat of the handicap
went the
spot?
Yeah, when I
Entire-
broke your mother's back after fucking her. Yeah.
Okay, let him have it. Let him have it. All right.
Fine. You're still wrong. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, if I'm gonna eat garbage food, I'm gonna eat garbage food. So give me Popeyes.
Ugh.
Yeah, the chicken, like the chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A is better. But Popeye, I think I go Popeyes
All
too.
those Popeyes sides, they're all just.
Really showing your ethnic side here, Vine. And
Yeah, very good.
The
not
corn,
with the
to go
head-
to
the
church.
maize.
Every weekend morning or pray 30 minutes every weeknight.
Pray every 30 minutes
Pray.
weeknights. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I hate
think
waking
the
up
answer is
early.
Pray.
Yeah.
Basically, I wouldn't actually pray. I just sit there and think about Ray's mother's ass for 30 minutes. But
Are you serious? You
that's,
laughed at that.
that's what I would
You
do.
laughed at that one. That was fucking
I mean, you
terrible.
don't have to. First of all, you don't have to pray for that. You just show it.
I wasn't. I was just thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is a good one. Someone has to feed you every time you want to eat, or you can never leave the house again without a chaperone.
Someone's going to be feeding me, baby.
Huh.
Feed me.
That'd be annoying.
It
I don't
would
want
be
someone
annoying,
following me
but-
around.
But the
No, but the-
chaperone, what do you? I don't know what to do here.
What kind
The
of chaperone are we talking about?
Like a chaperone, like just like somebody that would be an unbiased person, but they would keep you out of shit.
Oh.
So they have
Like an
power
annoying,
over
like
you.
an annoying aunt.
They have power over the things that you can do.
Well, they would just sit there and bicker at you. They'd be like, "Oh, really, Richard? You're gonna buy beer right now? That's
Feed
what
me.
you're gonna do?"
Feed me.
Sounds like my wife. Fuck.
Well,
Feed me. Feed me.
Yeah, feed me.
yeah, I think that's the answer. Nobody wants to get followed around that way.
No.
Yeah. Rice as a side or potatoes as a side?
Potatoes.
Yeah, it's always potatoes, but I mean, you don't tell me what my meal is. What is the main attraction to the?
In generality, as a
Oh, then
your
potatoes all day.
preference.
Potatoes.
Yeah, I think I go potatoes here as my starch of choice.
But overall, you're maize, right?
Well, yeah, but that's more of a vegetable. That's not a starch. So
Is
we
it?
got to clarify here.
No, it's not.
Have a 5-year-old that doesn't talk or a 5-year-old that isn't potty trained?
5-year-old that doesn't talk. Are you serious?
That sounds great. I know. It
Yeah,
sounds
that was
awesome. They
That's
don't
dumb.
say
What?
anything. Just the
So now
occasional
you've gotta-
grunts when they want something.
Now you've got a chat. You got a chatty 5-year-old shitting all over the house. No.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad one. Fine.
Can never wear sweatpants again or never wear sweatshirts again.
Never wear sweatpants ever again.
You
I
kidding
don't
me?
wear sweatpants.
I wear
I don't think-
sweatpants all the time. I need the
Are you
sweatpants.
talking
so I
about
never
like
wear
a
sweatshirt.
like true sweatpants or like a jogger or like I don't wear any of them, but like are you talking like champion sweatpants?
Yeah, anything that you would be considered a sweatpant that is of that fabric.
Yeah.
Whether
I'm
it's
going,
the level of tightness is of not of
I'm going never wear sweatpants again.
Yeah.
I need it. I'll take a sweatshirt. I can wear shorts because that's what all I do is wear shorts. So give me shorts.
give me the pants, I'll lose the shirt. Better condiment or which condiment would you rather dip in? Ketchup or barbecue sauce?
Rather dip in your mother's ass. We're right back with
That's a
Civilist
fucking
Mind.
question, McBee.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. Bit of a day walker myself.
Are you you stupid or something? I'm so stupid as a stupid does.
Ketchup.
Barbecue sauce.
Ketchup.
God, barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce.
It's just a different way to eat sugar, you fat fuck.
Barbecue sauce with shorts and a fucking hoodie. What a fat dump.
Your mom's watching. I can't fucking say anything. God
Yeah,
damn it.
good.
Yep,
Thanks,
yep.
mama.
Where do
Speaking
you want to start?
speaking of fat dumps, let's start with our number one Simplest Minds of the week.
Is that Bill
Bill
Belichick? Okay, please hold. There's no video. It's just
Here's what it says. Bill Belichick. This is an email from Bill Belichick, December 16th to Evans, Robbie, something, CC, Michael Lombardi. Robbie, thank you for your email. This is Bill Belichick talking. I'm including Jordan on this email so you can keep her up with the postings. Can you include her on anything you send to me? Thank you, BB. Bill Belichick asked UNC staff to copy his girlfriend on every email they send him. This man has been cucked. Big fat dump cucked.
that sucks.
I
Combine
can't imagine that was what Bill Belichick was like years ago.
What do you think's
Sad.
happening there?
A lot of sex.
He's getting his wing wang polished off, and he enjoys it, and he is
Mhm.
acquiescing to the requests of Miss Hudson.
That's called pussy drunk. That's what that is. He's just whatever she says, he's going to allow it and just take it all in.
I mean, what is her fucking deal? What is she?
It's
20?
probably
She's
she's 24. He is
obviously.
Yeah, she has lots of daddy issues. He has tits. She has tits, and he likes that, and he probably plays with those every night.
Yeah, I'm switching gears here. She's fucked up. Right?
Yes, she's controlling. It reminds me of someone that we used to be that we're very good friends with. We're probably in a text exchange with that very psycho girl.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, with the cats or the other one?
The cats.
Ah, meow.
I don't like the look you made when you put those glasses down and did that look.
Well, at least
right. I
there's
don't
an
know if I
equal
want
age
you doing
relationship
that.
going on there. Do you think like that's the kind of power move you're gonna make? Anyway, whatever. Speaking of Dick, these announcers don't like it.
There's a guy in the NBA, his name is Grady Dick. So the announcers are having a hard time all season because the guy's name is Dick. It's throwing them off their game. I don't know what's going on, but listen to this.
This is Dick trying to penetrate inside. They try to go backdoor with Dick. Dick hard charging to the cup. Dick is going to score.
Dick was coming wide open back door.
Dick couldn't hit it.
Dick goes down.
Dick rises up. Dick goes down. Mobile win. Dick is out.
Dick struggling big time tonight.
It's a big deal. The guy's name is Dick, and there's no reason to get too uptight, but NBA announcers are now stopping saying Dick's name. They're being macho, like, hey, man, I'm not saying Dick anymore. Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, really? They're discussing how they're not going to use Dick.
Yeah.
Grady Dick's third bucket of the game. Brings it back to 19.
Let's just call him Grady. Let's just call him Grady for the rest of the game.
Number 4, Grady. I'm not going to read his last name.
Hey, this boy balling right here, y'all. I think we pointed that out, Grady Dick.
I can't say his name. I just can't say his name.
I'm not going to say Dick is dribbling. I mean, then you'll think I'm maybe funny.
Dick
You know
is
what I'm saying.
penetrating.
Dick.
Is going in.
Yeah.
Fucking Robin. Robin's on fire right there.
Thank you, Howard and Robin, for that. The first clip of the montage of those announcers actually calling the game of the just laugh. I mean, that's just
good.
Simple Minds funny. What do you want from that?
I giggled the whole time. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say homophobia. It's not like that serious, I don't think, from Shaq and Chuck on that, but they've had many jokes of homophobic jokes of just like.
Have you ever seen the one with
guys inside? Yeah.
That's the one. I love that one with Charles Barkley
Shaq's
doing
like-
it. And Shaq's dying laughing, dying.
Barkley's like, when you're banging guys inside, you can't become Shaq's like losing his shit. It would be exactly how we would act on a fucking TNT.
Oh,
panel.
fuck yeah. Someone's trying to have like a
so-
serious conversation, like breaking down game film. When a guy's banging you inside, you got to go down low and all this. And we'd just be dying laughing, like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah.
I don't actually think it's homophobia for Barkley. I think if he goes and says the name, he's going to laugh. Like, he can't handle it.
Yeah, that's what I think it is, too.
Yes, I think he's a big child.
Yeah.
Dick's draining from outside. God damn it. It's laughing. Anyway, Grady Dick, that's an unfortunate name to go through. I mean, his childhood must have been rough. Although if you're that good at basketball, you probably get over
He's
it.
probably pretty good at basketball and it's fairly tall.
Did you see when he tried to do the jersey exchange? Grady Dick tried to do it with a guy with the last name Black. They were going to explain. Yes, that's great.
Or Jalen could get in that. All right, Ray's got a couple here.
Dealer's choice.
Sure.
Human cannonball.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I have no idea if that guy's okay or not. But
I think he's dead, but who cares? That's fucking hilarious.
What makes me laugh about that scene, if you're listening, it was literally a human cannonball. A guy was shot out of a giant rock, just a fucking
cannon
tube into the sky, and then was supposed to land on this net. Missed it to the right, flipped, and landed on pavement. And what makes me laugh about it, it's just a carny ass.
Oh yeah,
it's a fucking parking lot.
It's like the Raymond Town Fair. That's all it is. Like, just think of that.
I didn't even see any other rides. It was almost like it's its own show, and they missed.
Yeah. You brought it to the Walmart fucking parking lot, like, hey, check out this today here at 2:00.
The internet is full of fake nonsense and bullshit, but anytime you get an immediate reaction of "oh shit," know that's a clear indicator that that's real.
I have another one that you didn't put in there, but the scowl against the NBA park
street ball guy.
That's a pretty good one. So I put that in here.
Put your hands on me. See what happens. Put your hands on me. I'm going. No, it's not whack. Don't put your hands on me. You're gonna foul my ass every time. So that's what it's gonna be. Yeah, it's all good when you carrying the fucking rifle, right? Until a motherfucker shows up like me. That's right.
I'm a bag of dicks. Put me to your lips. I am sick. I will punch a baby bear in his shit. Give me lip. I'm gonna send you to the.
He walked to the subway and back. I said he walked to the
I ain't lying. Kick a lion in this crack. I'm the shit. I will fall off in your crib. Take a shit. Hit your mama on the booty. Kick your dog. Fuck your bitch. That boy dressed up like you out on Antwerp.
So that's George. That's George the Messiah. He's like a big time thing in New York City, and he challenged Brian Scalabrine to a 1-on-1 game, and Brian Scalabrine went there and won 11-1.
All I saw there was Scalic's fat as shit, and
he's very fat.
He was fouling the hell out of that guy
because that guy was fouling the shit out of him. So
it looked like he was beating him up, quite frankly.
He was. It was like Gerald Esposito down low during practice, just filing the shit out of you, and you got to play on, baby.
Gerald Esposito,
yep.
Jenkins.
That's what your mother calls me when I go down low too. Gerald Esposito.
This is the best one that I had. I've watched this several times. I called it the greatest nutshot of all time. It's made me laugh, but I turned the volume up so you can just hear the umpire after this.
I just called somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, that lady says, I just called somebody. That kid is not having kids. That thing got ruptured.
That was pretty good. It was at a softball game too, so there's like not a whole lot of sympathy.
The girl like that hit him just didn't know what to do. She just kept walking to first base. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Even at the end, the guys that walked over just like, get up, man. Like
nobody liked that guy. Like clearly, whoever that guy was not well liked.
His zone was wearing outside. He was
wearing square white framed glasses as a softball umpire. That says all you need to do. With like weird haircut, he's probably not the most likable cat in the world. I don't know.
No.
Just going back to the Scal thing, if he didn't turn into such a douche on those broadcasts for the Celtics game, I'd have a lot more respect for it. When he did this a few years back. He was like, I suck for the NBA, but I'll beat anybody, any regular person in the world on a basketball court. And then he did. Like every challenger that came up to him, college, high school, whatever, he just demolished him. That was cool. Now I can't stand listening to him and whatever his partner name is on the Celtics broadcast. Just completely turned me off of the whole Brian Scalabrine experience. They're insufferable. Have you listened to a Celtics team recently?
Yep.
It's just like puns and
they have
jokes and like gloating over the Celtics. Like, oh God,
his underwear is green. He's a green teamer through and through.
it's not even that. Like Tommy Heinsohn, the Celtics could do no wrong.
Heinsohn and Green were, yeah.
These guys are just like cringeworthy with the shit they say and their puns and their catchphrase and this and the fucking. It's like, yeah, yell at the refs for being too hard on the Celtics. Fine, whatever. But like, ooh, Pritchard, fucking ooh. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Give me more Jackie McMullen. I'll take more Jackie McMullen any day of the fucking week. Did you listen to that all women's thing? I didn't only listen to the post game and some of the second quarter, second half. Jackie McMullen, 10 out of 10, everything that she does. The rest of them, I take them or leave them. But Jackie, all day long.
Jackie's good.
Or Scout.
Yeah, I'll take it.
This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show. Thanks to Karen Guregian for joining us. Guregian, we'll find out. Send the hate mail to adam.morel04@gmail.com if you have any comments on that. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.